Auction time. This is the 3E series auction. 3E01. This is a type 1 Danish dagger. Now, I did this on video, so most of it's on video, but I looked at it off camera for a while and I decided to modify it slightly. I removed some more flakes on this side up here to remove a lump there. So that's a new flake, and this is a new flake here. I also touched up the edges and made them a little more consistent. You know, I just kind of chipped them a little bit better. I made this handle area more narrow, more in line with the actual artifacts. I think the actual artifacts have a handle that's more narrow than this, but I kind of like a thicker handle. That's just my own preference. Okay, so I took back the handle area a little bit to make it more narrow. Not as narrow as some of the ones that are in the museums. Okay. And ground it down a little bit. Not much. Now some of these are ground on the surface. Heavily ground on the surface like this. But I'm not going to make that particular type. And there's no grinding at all on this, not even a brushing to make it smoother at all on the surface, but just on the edges here. Okay. And it's a coastal plains type chert. I was just told where it came from, but again, I cannot remember. There's another name for it. Anyway. Yeah, translucent amber color or butterscotch colored coastal plains chert, and this is raw. Okay, not heat treated. This is raw. Okay. (3E02). This is a Marcos style projectile point or a knife blade, whichever way you want to use it, or a pendant, or whatever you want to use it for. I did this all on video. This is raw, I believe. Yeah, it's a raw. This one is one of those rock to point examples on video. Pretty sure I started with a rock, a tabular piece of chert for this one. I think that's what it was. Sharpened all the way around. I didn't do any grinding at all on the stem or base or anything. Okay. Oh yeah, just out of curiosity. $3.94 grains. Three and a quarter by 2 inches. All right. (3E03). This is a crescent blade made of heat-treated Texas chert. Semi-translucent. Serrations on these edges here. It's not ground at all on either side, as far as I can tell. I don't think I'd ground it. But on real artifacts, it's ground here, and sometimes here, and sometimes this is dished out, just to give you an example of the range. But anyway, I was thinking maybe it could be used as a knife in this direction, but sometimes they're ground here. So it wouldn't be used as a knife in this direction if that was the case. Now, if it's use wear, then yes. But if it's ground down with an abrader, it's not used as a knife like this. Okay? These edges may have been used as knives. This definitely was used as some sort of blade on this side. All right? And I did this on video. I'll do more of these. I did do a hafting of one of these, much smaller, on another video. And on that other example, this part is dished out here. Okay, so these are interesting artifacts. No one really knows how they were used or how they were hafted but you can kind of tell that they were used here and here for sure because of the serrations. There's no other reason why serrations would be here other than use in that area. Okay? All right. (3E04) is just the collection of refined bifaces, various cherts. This is a heat treat, Texas chert heat treat. Let's see, almost 3.5 by inch and 3/8. This is on video, sharpened all the way around. This one is not on video. This is a Jasper that I got from Georgia, along with a bunch of the Coastal Plains chert. 3 3/4, inch and 3/8, a little bit more. Yeah, this is raw Jasper. Quickly sharpened all the way around. I say quickly because I didn't really do minute flaking. It's just basic sharpening. Okay. I measured it already, right? Yeah. This one's a Texas chert, semi-translucent, high-grade raw. I believe this is a raw, but I can't remember. I have heat treated some of this and it becomes very glossy, so I think this is a raw piece. And I just recently did it and I can't remember if it's raw or not. I think it is. I think this is a rock to point that I did on video. Pretty sure. I just can't remember. All right. Let's see. This one is almost 3 1/4 by 1 7/8. This one is Coastal Plains chert heat treat. Heat treated to about 350 or something like that. It's not quite heated as high as it can go. This type of chert can go much higher than 350 degrees in the heat treat. But at 350, it naps pretty well. I think I did this on video. I remember dealing with this on video. Okay, all 4 under this one item number. Did I measure that last one? Just in case I did not measure it. 3 3/8 by inch and 5/8. All right. 3E05. This is just a group of 3 heat-treated bifaces, heat-treated to 450 degrees. Coastal Plains chert. Tested, and I don't see any cracks or pockets of concrete. Okay. 3.5 by 2. This one was raw. You can kind of see that. But I heat treated it to 450, and a lot of the... I mentioned it before, when you write on it with a Sharpie, sometimes the ink disappears when you heat treat it. But you can kind of see some of it left there. So I don't think there's any issues with this piece. No cracks, no big pieces of, or no big pockets of concrete. Still got a little bit of Cortex and some stuff down in here. But it's thick enough that you can nap that out. All right. 3.5 by 2 1/4, 2 3/8. This was in the same batch. It's all 300. I mean, it's all 450 degree heat treat. Tested. You know, I napped it already before I heat treated it, and I don't see any issues. No cracks. No nothing. No pockets of concrete. All right. 3.5 by 2.5. All right. Okay, 3E06 is a box of brokes and bifaces, and this little knife I made on video out of what I call trash flint. Some of the most difficult flint or chert that I've knapped. It's pretty much what we call concrete. It's all solid concrete, basically. The stuff that we find usually within the middle of a nodule. But this entire nodule was made of this stuff. So, but you know, it can be thinned down enough to create a little knife, and the edge is going to be kind of durable because it doesn't chip that easily. Okay, the rest of these are brokes and bifaces. I think I broke this, and I was going to knap it down. I took some more flakes off, but I didn't. Some of these are heat treated and some are not. I think this is a raw piece here. I think this is raw. These both should knap very well. Okay, they're on the higher grade side of things. Yeah, above average, except if you hit a pocket of nastiness. This one is a mid-grade, and I think it is a heat treat. I save these up, right, to nap later, but if I run out of time during the week, I'll just offer them as a biface for sale. I didn't have time to nap this down thinner, but it's translucent. It's an interesting piece. It is heat treated. I think it's a 400 degree heat treat. That's what I've been doing most of my heat treats this week. This one's a 475. It's a very low quality raw chert, heat treated, and it's now a mid-grade heat treat. The dimensions, most of these are around 2 inches by 3 inches. You know, most of these are in the same range. 2 inches by 3 inches. Okay, this one is a heat treat. This is a mid-grade to low-grade heat treat. Okay. This is also a heat treat. This is not a broke or anything. It's just something I put aside and didn't nap. Yeah, I didn't finish napping this. I just put that aside and didn't have time to get around to it. This is a heat treat, 400 degrees, as a Texas chert. I skinned off all the cortex just to look to see. It had some issues in the cortex, but it looks okay now. And there's still a little bit left, which gives kind of an interesting color contrast if you can capture it. It naps very well. It's a higher grade heat treat. This is a mid to low grade heat treat. One of my practice points from, I think, 2 weeks ago. This is a low grade heat treat. This is just low grade raw that I was trying to nap. It had some interesting areas in it. I thought I was going to be able to get something out of it, but it was really difficult to nap, so I didn't finish it. This one I broke with an overshot. It's a high-grade heat treat. It does have a few small pockets, but it's okay. As far as nappability goes, this is a higher grade. This I think I did on video. It's raw. And it's just left in a rough biface. Thin down, but rough, because I didn't sharpen the edges. And this one, I think I broke one of the barbs off on video, and I just trimmed it down to a knife blade. I think this is a heat treat. And various pieces. This is a broken piece of heat treat, coastal plains. This is a heat treat Texas chert, I believe. It's very similar to the coastal plains, right? But it's not. This is from Texas. This is from Georgia. This one's from Texas, I believe. And this is a Texas heat treat. Little biface. Okay. Okay, slight interruption. Where was I? Let's see. Okay, 3E07. This one is a box of mixed flakes. And these are all heat treats. Okay. Some of these are one-offs, like there's only one or two of this. This is like Georgia Jasper, I guess. Anyway, most of these are Texas and Coastal Plains. This is a Coastal Plains flake. I got a bunch of those mixed in. Heat treated to 475, right? Like I said, these are small flakes. 2 1/8, about 2 inches by 1 inch. All heat treats, except for, I think this piece of Jasper is raw. So there might be 1 or 2 raw pieces in here, but for the most part, they're heat treats. And right now there's 2 pounds in here. I think I can get 2.5 pounds per box, because with these small flakes I gotta wrap them differently than with the bigger ones. I don't want these rattling around in the box, so I can't fit as many or as much poundage in the small flake box as I can in the larger flake box. I know that doesn't make much sense, but yeah, I gotta wrap these so they don't rattle around in the box. So that means more packaging, right? So it's between 2 and 2.5 pounds. It's at least 2 pounds of these flakes. And if I can get more in there, I'll put more, but it's at least 2 pounds. Like right now, I weighed it, it is 2 pounds of flakes. Okay, so just be aware of the weight in case you're trying to buy this according to weight. You know, price per pound and that sort of thing. The shipping is like $10.70 for one of these boxes. So if you bid like 15 bucks, $10 of that goes to shipping, because the shipping is free. Okay. Okay. 3E08. This is a box of nothing but small Coastal Plains chert. Heat treated. Now these are a mix of heat treats between 400 and 475. Most of these are for 450 degrees. Okay. Various small flakes. There's at least 2 pounds. Right now it's exactly 2 pounds, but if I can fit more, I'll try to fit more. I've got to wrap these tightly, so there's more packaging involved with these than with the larger flakes. So I can't fit as much poundage into a small flakes box as I can with a larger flakes box, as far as poundage goes. Now there's more flakes per pound, but there's less poundage in the box total. Okay, hope that makes sense. All right, that's 3E08. All right, these, let's see, 3E09. These are larger Coastal Plains heat-treated flakes. Okay. So these are more than 2 inches long. All right, that one's 2.5. So the dividing line between the small and the larger flakes is 2 inches, right? If it's less than 2 inches, I put it in the smaller flake box. Of course, I don't measure all of them, so some of them may be a little smaller than 2 inches in this box, which is the larger flakes, and some of them in the small flake box might be larger than 2 inches. You know, just be aware of that. But for the most part, these flakes are going to be smaller than spalls, but bigger than the small flakes. Okay, and there's 2 pounds in here as well. If I can fit more, I will try to fit more in here. Okay, but I think this is just going to go out as is. Yeah, because I'm out of this size flakes for this Coastal Plains material. So with this particular box, I don't think I can fit more in here. I mean, I can fit more in here, but I don't have more to fit in here. These are it. These are my last large flakes that I have for heat-treated Coastal Plains chert. Okay? All right. All right. This is 2 pounds, 14 ounces of, let's see, 3E10. Last but not least, this one is 2 pounds, 14 ounces of tested Texas heat treat. And this is, looks like all Medina County chert. Yeah, these are all heat treats, 450 to 475 degrees. It's all Central Texas chert. Mid-grade. This is all mid-grade chert. You may find a piece that's really high grade, but most of this is mid-grade, so just be aware. This looks like high-grade stuff on this particular one. But for the most part, it's gonna be mid-grade. Mid-grade heat treats. All right. So these are the thicker, chunkier flakes. All right, they're much thicker than the previous box of Coastal Plains thin flakes. Right? These are thicker. And they've all been tested. If they had cracks, I got rid of them. These are all crack free, should be free of concrete as well. The average size for these is going to be about 3 inches long, 3 by 2. Yeah. Okay. All right. Rules. Please bid in the comments section under one of my pre-populated comments showing the item number and a timestamp where the item appears in the video. I will like your comment if I see it. So as the day goes on, I'll watch the comment section. I'll put a like on your comment, which is your bid, if I see it. If I don't see it, and if I don't put a like on it within an hour or so, send me an email. Now, as luck would have it, the guys that are having trouble posting, for some reason, are also having trouble sending me emails. So I may not see your email until after the auction's over, like I did last time. There was one person who was not able to comment, and I didn't see their email until after the auction. So it may be your connection. Make sure you have a clear connection, or go somewhere where you can get a clear connection while you're doing this, if possible. Okay, just be aware of that. Auction ends at 9 p.m. Eastern, or 8 Central, 7 Mountain, or 6 Pacific. Try not to bid at the last minute. I'm using YouTube's time tracker. It's not always accurate. The time tracker will track when you posted your comment, and that could be off by about 2 minutes. Now, normally it doesn't matter unless you're bidding at the last minute. Then it matters. I may not see it. You may have the highest bid, but if YouTube says you're too late by a minute or so, I'm not going to count your bid. So just be aware of that. Okay? YouTube will put the comments in chronological order as it receives the comments. It seems to be really good at that, but it doesn't seem to be really good at tracking exactly the correct time that you're posting. It's off by about 2 minutes in many cases. So just be aware, the last 2 minutes of the auction, I might not see your comment in time because of YouTube's time tracker. I might see it, but YouTube's time tracker has the wrong time. I can't count it if YouTube says it's too late, because everyone sees those times, and it's not fair to people if I'm going by a different time than what it says on YouTube. Okay, so just be aware. Rules. Please bid in the comments section under one of my pre-populated comments showing the item number and a timestamp where the item appears in the video. I will like your comment if I see it. If YouTube says it's too late, because everyone sees those times, and it's not fair to people if I'm going by a different time than what it says on YouTube. Okay, so just be aware. shipping is free in the US. International shipping is not free. If you're an international bidder and you win, I will add $20 for a first class package. Okay, I'll add $30 for a small flat rate box. I can also ship larger boxes, but the price goes up a lot after this. Now, first class package international is higher than $20. It's like $28. Small flat rate box internationally is like $42, not $30. So I'm still giving you a slight discount, but it's getting really expensive to ship internationally, so I can't make it free. But it is free for people in the US. Okay. I will provide tracking numbers. I accept PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, check or money order. I can also send you an invoice from Jack Crafty Studios, and you can pay that with a card. Okay, I'll send it to your email. You click the link and you pay with a credit card or debit card. All right, winners will be announced starting at 9:01 p.m. Eastern Time. I will reply to the winning bid with a cut and paste comment. It'll say sold, item number, and the price. And please email me, yada, yada. Yeah, if I have not done business with you before, please make sure you send me an email. Check the comment section because I cannot PM you. YouTube definitely does not. I checked. YouTube does not have PMs, so I can't send you a reminder by PM on YouTube. So, pay attention to the comment section. If I say that you won, you send me an email with your information. Especially, this is important, if I don't have your address or your YouTube name is different from your real name, okay, then I have no way of knowing where to send it. Okay, so just send me an email when you win. Now, if you won before a lot, or you've done business with me a lot, some of this is not necessary. I'll just send you an invoice or send you a request or whatever. But I need your email to do those invoices or requests. Okay? All right. Let's see. There's a more complete description of the rules in the description box. It's not too long. It's not too bad. Just more complete description of the rules down below. If you have questions, please see the previous auctions or email me at jackcrafty2@gmail.com. Yeah, if you look at the previous auctions, that's pretty self-explanatory. You just look at the comment section and see what they do. You just put your bid in. You can just type in a number, or you can type in a number with a $sign, or you can write out something. Whatever, just put in your comment under the appropriate pre-populated comment for that particular item. Don't just at random bid on something that you saw in the video. Go to the pre-populated comment that pertains to your particular item and reply to that comment. You'll see. Just look at the previous auctions and see how it works. All right. I hope everyone had a good weekend and good luck.